Has Mojtaba Khamenei's calculated military revenge secretly brew a widening rift directly between Trump and Netanyahu? Despite Donald Trump's highly public winding down war hint, does a defiant Israel actually want this war to continue? Israel's ruthless defense minister publicly threatens to literally behead top Iranian military commanders on camera. We are determined to continue leading the attack against the Iranian terrorist regime, to behead its commanders and to thwart its strategic capabilities, until any security threat to the state of Israel and to U.S. interests in the region are removed. An emboldened Iran shows absolutely no signs of backing down as this brutal war reaches the 4-week mark. Will an aggressive Israel stubbornly continue its Iran retaliation despite President Trump clearly hinting at a near end? As the protracted Iran war draws out further, a serious political rift might currently be brewing between Donald Trump and his close international ally Prime Minister Netanyahu. On March 21st, Benjamin Netanyahu's top defense official publicly claimed that Israel and the United States will continuously ramp up their military onslaught directed at Tehran. Defence Minister Israel Katz claimed both nations are completely determined to continue attacking Iran and explicitly aim to behead its commanders during upcoming military operations. Minister Katz further stated that the joint offensive operation led by the United States and Israel against Iran will continue indefinitely until specific regional threats are removed. This week, the intensity of the strikes carried out by the IDF and the US military against the Iranian terror regime and against the infrastructure it relies on will be stepped up significantly. The campaign, led by US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, will continue. We are determined to continue leading the attack against the Iranian terrorist regime, to behead its commanders and to thwart its strategic capabilities, until any security threat to the state of Israel and to US interests in the region are removed. The Israel defense minister's aggressive public remarks directly come mere hours after Donald Trump clearly hinted the regional war might finally be winding down. On March 20th, President Trump took to Truth Social to claim that the US is getting very close to fully achieving its primary war objectives. Donald Trump alleged Iran's ballistic missile power is largely depleted and its regional naval capabilities alongside active armed forces have been effectively eliminated. Despite witnessing relentless retaliatory attacks executed on Gulf nations, President Trump claimed various Middle East allies were securely protected by current defensive measures. President Trump also alleged that America will willingly help regional nations who specifically need the Strait of Hormuz to safely reopen for maritime trade. Donald Trump said, I quote, "We are getting very close to meeting our objectives as we consider winding down our great military efforts in the Middle East with respect to the terrorist regime of Iran, 1. Completely degrading Iranian missile capability, launchers, and everything else pertaining to them. 2. Destroying Iran's defense industrial base. 3. Eliminating their navy and air force, including anti-aircraft weaponry. 4. Never allowing Iran to get even close to nuclear capability, and always being in a position where the USA can quickly and powerfully react to such a situation, should it take place. 5. Protecting, at the highest level, our Middle Eastern allies, including Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Kuwait, and others. The Hormuz Strait will have to be guarded and policed, as necessary, by other nations who use it. The United States does not. If asked, we will help these countries in their Hormuz efforts. But it shouldn't be necessary once Iran's threat is eradicated. Importantly, it will be an easy military operation for them. Thank you for your attention to this matter." End quote. President Trump's declaration of victory comes despite the US actively deploying thousands of additional combat troops directly to the Middle East region. President Trump was also recently cornered politically by NATO allies who explicitly refused to join America's ongoing military war launched against Iran. The US president previously accused Europe of acting like cowards for refusing to send naval forces to secure the blocked Hormuz Strait. Meanwhile, Israel's continued military attack on Iran proceeded without interruption as fresh blasts were clearly heard within Tehran on March 21st. Heavy missile strikes and large secondary explosions were actively reported occurring in Tehran and various other surrounding parts of Iran, according to Iran International. Iran also continued its ongoing military retaliation with heavy ballistic missiles observed flying directly over the West Bank and Tel Aviv on March 20th. The Iran Armed Forces also publicly warned that various US and Israeli commanders and senior officials are no longer completely safe operating anywhere.
The senior military spokesperson emphasized, "We are keeping a close watch on the cowardly officials and commanders, as well as the treacherous enemy pilots and soldiers. It will not be long before we drag you out of your hideouts and shelters with disgrace and humiliation, and make you pay for your hateful actions. Commander Shakachi added, "From now on, based on the information we have on you, tourist resorts, recreational parks, and sightseeing centers around the world will no longer provide you with security."
The officials and authorities of the Islamic Republic of Iran live among the people, with the people, and between the people. They are not like the officials of the criminal terrorist American Zionist regime, who have hidden themselves in basements and shelters or used the people as human shields due to their inability to withstand the heroic resistance of the Iranian nation and the steadfast determination and courage of the armed forces.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.